My name is Anne-Marie Gray and I'm an art psychotherapy trainee. I have a brother named Sean and he's the best. Growing up with Sean was great. He was always full of life and laughter. He was always in the mood to play and have fun. He adores his family and our mom is definitely his favorite person. I remember one of our favorite things to do was to picnic on the beach and play on the hammocks at one point. We also used to love to watch wrestling with my dad, and we used to love to try out some of the moves on him. To this day, Sean can always tell when I'm upset about something and will always do his best to try and cheer me up in some way. He has been the best big brother to me. Sean started painting as a therapeutic form of expression after he developed selective mutism, which is a phobia of talking. Specialists believe this developed due to the traumatic experience of Hurricane Ivan and the destruction of our family home while we took shelter inside. Art making has proven a helpful form of therapy, and he has begun to communicate more at times. His work has also been successfully received and has been exhibited in the Heart and Soul exhibition in England, as well as shown in the Norwich University of the Arts Gallery. He's very talented and enthusiastic about his work, and I think should continue to pursue his art.
Well, it's a law to protect the rights of persons with disabilities. And that is not just people born with certain disabilities or certain problems. It's also people with strokes, people in car or any type of accident that become brain damaged. It will protect. So it's from birth to old age. If there's a law, then we as parents can say, hey, you have to supply this. When we did the research, we were amazed at what we found with regard to what protections were needed and how far apart it was, and you know, from children to older people. And so we never really gave it a name, but it was basically for protecting the rights of those with disabilities. Just because they look different, they act different, they're just the same as you or me with the same rights. And they should be treated as equals.
You. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Wanda.
Wanda who?
Under arrest. My name is Kansas Barton and I'm 17. I am a very good swimmer. I want to have a job. I want to teach my niece how to swim. After graduation, I plan to be happy doing things I love, shopping with animals.
Special Olympics has been a huge boost to her self-esteem. Kansas represented Cayman in Puerto Rico 2 times and at the World Games in Athens in 2011, and she's done very well at each one of those meets. In 2012, she took horse lessons from an equine therapist and loves it. Cowboy Town Stables now employs Kansas for work experience.
Kansas is a stable hand, and she helps us with all the work that needs to be done around the barn and with the horses. So she helps with cleaning stalls. That needs to be done every day because we need to make sure that the horses are in a clean, healthy environment. She helps with grooming the horses. Sometimes it's sweeping the floors. She helps us to mix up the feed for the horses, and she will bathe horses whenever they need to be bathed. We teach horsemanship lessons to people of all ages and all abilities. So we give lessons to people of typical abilities, as well as therapeutic horsemanship. And we can also provide ground lessons for people who are not interested in riding for whatever reason or unable to ride.
Bye-bye, buddy.
Kansas also got a job of teacher's assistant at the Chatterbox Preschool.
My name is Rose Griffiths and I am a speech and language therapist and the manager of Chatterbox. We started off almost 3 years ago just offering speech and language therapy for children because I'm a speech and language therapist, and then over time we've grown a little and we're offering different therapy programs. We have pivotal response therapy and we have a music arts and crafts program. She has to greet all the children when they come in by name. She gets the play school ready for them, make sure all the chairs are under the tables. She tells and chooses a story each time for circle time, and we give a little task to do with all the children, so she has to communicate with them clearly and simply and help them with their communication skills.
All this came about due to exceptional people who see the potential in her. John and I have 3 beautiful daughters. Aubrey and Amanda are fraternal twins, and Kansas was born 10 years later. When Kansas was born, we knew something was wrong. Right away, the midwife swooped her away, and we could see her on the table, and she wasn't crying, and she wasn't moving very much, and she was very white. Finally, the doctor came in and told us that they were pretty certain that she had Down syndrome. My dad told me there was nothing wrong with her, and that was a great seed to plant in me. It's all about your thoughts. And I remember thinking after everyone left that first night that all anybody really needs is to be happy, and I thought I can make that happen. She has plenty of loving relationships, and we always have something to look forward to. I'm very happy for her. She's an amazing child.
We were not told anything that the committee was disbanded. We were totally left out of whatever was going on. We heard nothing, nothing. And it's been so disheartening. It's been heartbreaking. I try to be hopeful, but I'm not that hopeful. Children, I'll never forget my father saying, education is very important for our children. Our children are our future. They are our hope.
So what are you waiting for? Let's get these chuggers moving.
A mixture of a lot of things. He was my first child, of course. I've always loved and wanted children way back when I can remember. So prayed for a long time to have a child, and along he comes. I was happy, I was sad, I was excited, I was devastated, I was scared, I was frightened, and all the things I experienced as a new mom. But also on top of that, very worried about his future.
Where are you going? There. Come on. Come.
Washer. Say washer. He was airlifted out to Miami Children's Hospital, and there they performed the surgery on his heart, and we had to stay over there for 2 months. When his father lost his job last year, September, Josiah lost that coverage. I applied into the insurance company that I was under with my company, and they sent me a letter of refusal, and they called it pre-existing condition. That's when it became, this was last year, September, and it became a nightmare for me, a literal nightmare. Then I applied to 3 other insurance companies, and again they said pre-existing condition. Then I went to the Cineco insurance, which is, the insurance you go to when you become uninsurable, as they call it. And they said they couldn't help either, because the 3 plans that they have, Josiah wouldn't fall under neither of them. So I'm there between a rock and a hard place. And I looked at the CEO of Cineco and I said, what do I do? I said, I'm tired of hearing no. I need to hear yes for my son. So what did I do? I didn't give up. I went to the Health Insurance Commission Board, and I said, I even went on Rooster and talked about it. And I said, my son needs insurance. Who is here to tell me that my son can't have insurance? But through all of that, he now is insured with this particular insurance for life. I have nothing but wonderful expectations for him. I am expecting nothing but great things for my child, because I know he's more than able to accomplish them.
I'm very hopeful now that we will get the law passed. Hopefully, we have set a date of 2014, that we can come and say to every parent, we have a law to protect your child's rights. And that's been my dream, and I will continue fighting for it because it is needed. It's very important.
Prejudices are still a big part of every society and may always be present. This doesn't mean we have to be a part of them, and it doesn't mean we have to accept them. We can be a part of a change.